How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video. Guys, we just had the Pokemon Presents 2025 reveal, which revealed many things. Many of the things being two big things. First of all, a brand new Pokemon game that's going to be called Pokemon Champions. We're going to skip through here until we get to the actual gameplay of this, because I don't want to show the entire thing, because it's mostly just promotional stuff. But what we see right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a brand new Pokemon game that's going to be a battle simulator game. That means, like, if you've played Pokemon Showdown and something like that, this is going to be a game specifically focused on battling. What we see in here for now, though, is, well, 4 Pokemon to start with. Aegislash, we got, I forget what the Wishy, not the Wishy-Washy, the big, freaking, I forget his name. You get the Pokemon. You see him, a big fellow over there. We got Charizard, we got also Hisuian Samurott. So you got those 4 confirmed for this game. That's the first thing. We see them battling, and it's going to be a game playable on both mobile and on the Switch. It's being developed by Pokemon Works, which is the company that we already knew about ahead of time. We already knew that Pokemon, that Pokemon Works was a company that's basically Ilka and the Pokemon company together making this game, but it's being supervised by Game Freak. So yes, it's a project finally from Pokemon Works on their own. There is going to be Pokemon Home connectivity to start with. We will have connectivity to Pokemon Home. That's one of the things. And Mega Evolution as well as Terrestrializing will be in the game. Potentially, since it's an arena like this, we may even see Dynamax. It just isn't confirmed here, but it might be in there. We just, again, we don't see a confirmation of it here. But yes, Megas versus Terrestrializing. It is going to be crazy. It's called Pokemon Champions, and it was already leaked by Pioro and a few other people ahead of time. So yes, it's going to be coming to Android and Switch, but it's now in development. We don't know when it's going to be coming out. Maybe next year, maybe this year. We don't know. They didn't give a release date, so who knows when we actually will see it. But that's not the biggest thing. The bigger thing is, of course, going to be the Pokemon Legends ZA gameplay reveal, which is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. So this is the reveal of it. Now, we do have another trailer. We can watch it individually here on its own. So here it is, Pokemon Legends ZA. Of course, it's set entirely in Lumiose City. It's going to be entirely there. You guys can watch the trailer on your own. I'm just going to go through little details that you may have not noticed. Again, entirely in Lumiose City, just like they already told us ahead of time. We already knew this was going to be the case, and they basically just confirm it here. So a few Pokemon we can see right from the beginning. We see a few things. Like, one of the first things you may notice, of course, we got, like, all around Lumiose Tower, like the fucking Prism Tower, whatever you want to call it, we have basically these little biomes, right? These are going to be little wild areas where Pokemon get to go to sort of roam around on their own for free and just mess around and have fun. And that's where you're going to be going to catch Pokemon. So yes, this game takes place entirely in Lumiose City. You're not going to be going outside of Lumiose. It's just going to be here, because that was what the goal was for this game. Right here, if we just stop here like a few seconds ahead, this is probably going to be where we're going to go to buy clothes. Unfortunately, it looks like these shops will work the same way they did in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So that's another little detail. You may notice it's like a little plaza. You got some, like, if you look on the top of here, I'm going to just zoom this down so you guys can see the entire thing. You guys can see on the top here, like, right on the top, you can see that it's sort of like a dome of sorts. So it's going to be some shopping mall. You can see there's stores, and these stores are going to function seemingly, based on what we can see, just like they did in Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet, where you're not going to be able to physically enter them. You're just going to go into a buying screen, which is unfortunate, because that's not fun. We got a few characters just chilling and walking. I do wonder how they're going to interact with the world, if you're going to be able to talk to all of them. That would be nice. And if they're going to be dynamic or just static characters that are always the same, it'll be really nice. Next, we got, of course, 2 new Pokemon that are going to be, I guess, confirmed. Badoo and Vivillon. Confirmed right there. We know that's 2 more Pokemon. We also see I think it's a Florges, right? Freaking Fountain, that's also confirmed. And also, you're going to be able to jump onto buildings. We got 3 evolutions being shown, and what seems to be students. Like, these guys look like they're like university or just students that go to school based on their uniforms. We also got, like, the inside of, like, sort of a courtyard of sorts that we can see. And of course, 3 evolutions. So that confirms Eevee's in the game, and probably every evolution is going to be in the game, most likely. We also see the Pokemon Center, which looks a little bit different, if you may notice. You can actually just physically walk into it. So unlike Scarlet and Violet, where it's like almost like a gas station, here you have to actually walk inside, but luckily they haven't made it so you have to walk inside and load into a different screen. It's just instantly there in the open world, which is great. We have a guy right here on the side, which I'm assuming is a taxi driver. You can kind of see, like, on the top of his head, he's got a little like a talon flame, so probably that's going to be the taxi that you use to go from like fast traveling, right? So flying is going to be through that guy, most likely. We see a little image right here of a potion, so that's that. We have an old man with a little Badoo, and that's pretty much that. Next up, though, we have the special areas. These are wild areas, right? And they are numbered. You may notice they have numbers. The first one they show us later, the one that you actually get to see how it functions, is numbered 1, and this one's up to 4. So based on the hexagon shape of Lumio City, there's probably going to be about 5 of these that you can actually go to. 5 of them you probably have to unlock and then explore, capture, and maybe even need to like influence in some way, shape, or form, which is going to be interesting. These days, Lumio is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan, which is cool. So we move on to the next thing, which is right here. You guys can see the actual redevelopment that's taken place, as well as the logo for the Quasar Foundation, or the group that's like, you know, working on this. Now, they have a different name, which we're going to get to, but that's at least the name that we have so far. So these days, Lumio City is undergoing a high-tech urban redevelopment plan. So yes, the game is set in kind of the future a little bit, like not super high-tech future, but like it's definitely set in the future. It's not set in the past based on what we're seeing right here. We got Pat Rat also confirmed now. And here we get to see some interactions between people, because it's clearly in the future. You see how this guy's high-tech hologram? This is pretty much confirming that it's going to be set in the future. And I do wonder how interactions will work with the hologram people. If you look in the background, we see again another Pokemon Center. This time you can see you can enter it from both left and right. So you're not limited to run around, you know, only one entrance. You can go for multiple ones. We also see in the corner over here, we got a little Bellsprout confirmed. So that's cool. Got Bellsprout right there. And we got Pikachu, of course, and a Clawitzer, I think, in the back there. So they got that. You got a few more characters. Interesting, like the characters look different enough. They're not all just the same looking character, by the way. They do have a little bit of a variety in them, which is great. So that's always helpful. But yeah, like there's that. Let's go move on. And also this character looks similar to one of the people you're going to be interacting with. Here as well, we see 2 trainers. We got Tarantar, we got Larvitar, as well as Bagon. Both of those confirmed as well. So yes, we do have those 2 back, and also children trainers. We got Eevee over here in the corner, as well as Aegislash. Again, a few trainers. We get to see also Trubbish and Garbodor are confirmed, and they're gonna be, interestingly, they're gonna be in their natural habitat, right? They're actually chilling in the alleys of the city, which is cool, because that's the kind of detail that should make sense in the game. You shouldn't just be finding them out in the middle of nowhere. They should be where they logically fit into the ecosystem. Eevee is just chilling, some people talking. We got Chandelure, Sylveon, and also Weepman Bell is confirmed. Pretty much, I mean, we already with Bellsprout, we know that's confirmed. In the background, we can see another like sort of courtyard-ish area, like a park of sorts, with Lumio's like prison tower kind of looming in the distance. Here again, we see just a straight path towards. Now, again, how deep will this be? We don't know. Like, I do not know. Looking at our character, one of the details you may notice is the design on the back. Now, this design is interesting. I don't exactly know what it's supposed to imply. It almost looks like an M and a Z. I don't really know. Maybe I'm crazy for the way, like, for looking at it like that. But if you guys have any thoughts and opinions, let me know in the comment section down below. We also have a little box in the back, or like a little backpack that I guess is going to be holding our items. And as for the outfit, it's really different. It's really, really, really different. It doesn't look like what we normally are used to. And as for the starters, yes, the starter Pokemon are Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita. Yes, that's going to be the starters we're going to be having in this. They'll be the 3 Pokemon we'll meet, and we'll get to choose from at the beginning of the game. That's going to be our starter options. Chikorita being one of them, Tepig, and Totodile. We don't know if these guys will be getting any megas. We don't know. I mean, hopefully we would, because they gave regional forms to all the other fellas, so maybe they'll give it to them too. You'll choose one of these Pokemon to accompany you on a new journey. So again, sounds pretty sick. Sounds pretty interesting. I'm really, like, really intrigued as to how this might turn out. I really do not know what kind of Mega Evolutions or regional forms. Because remember, in Legends Arceus, they gave us forms. Either way, moving on to the next thing that we just can stop here. We get to see a restaurant, so you're probably going to be able to go inside or talk to this lady to have a drink in these places. Of course, it is based on Paris, the city of 1,000 restaurants. So this is, you know, obviously going to be a lot of stuff like that you can go to, probably to also get items for specific things that you may need. If you need, like, you know, to EV train or stuff like that. You just, you know, if you need to, like, train your Pokemon, probably be going to these places to get certain items. Same way you get, like, the sandwiches and stuff like that in the previous games. So similar principle. And as we see through here, we just get a bunch of different locations, and they look similar, but there is a bit of a different vibe depending on where you are in the city a little bit. So that's pretty neat. Now, here are some of the people we're going to get to meet. First, of course, you're going to see in the middle is going to be AZ. He's the center of it all, because he is the man whose name literally is in the title as well. He also has black and green as his colors on the inside of his shirt there, which is pretty cool. Then we also have our new rivals, left and right, as well as people that are involved with the Quasar, like, group. So here are the people. Starting off with, I think, they're going to show us first the actual people we're going to be talking to, our rivals. Which are going to be, like, I don't know if we're going to see both of them at the same time. So, oh yeah, so based on what you're playing, if you play as, I guess, female, you're going to see Urbane. If you play as male, you're going to be running into Tawny. So those are the rivals. That's what they look like. That's who they are. And what else? AZ, you're going to be staying in a hotel. Okay, so that's actually something we heard from a previous rumor. It did actually mention us being in a hotel. So I do wonder if maybe you can find that. And also in the background, you can see a picture of AZ's Floette, as well as some sort of courtyard building. So maybe that's a hint for something. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, that's where we're going to be staying. And it's run by AZ, which is really strange. And his Eternal, Floette is going to be here too. And then Quasar Tico Inc. So this is Team Quasar. This is the Quasar Foundation, the Quasar group. I'm going to call them Quasar because it's easier. Quasar Tico is just too hard to say. But this is the group that's handling and managing the redevelopment plan. So they're probably bad guys. Let's be honest. They're probably going to do something bad. You may notice their outfits. The first person is going to be the CEO, Jet. She's got the Quasar logo on her, and of course her assistant up here has got the same thing. She is the company CEO. Again. And then Vinny is there too. I don't know if they're going to be evil, but Vinny, you may notice, it also has a black and green color combo. Again, hinting potentially to Zygarde, because that's the colors. Or his colors are actually inverted. I think Vinny is the bad guy. Because if you look at AZ, right? Look at AZ's colors. What you will notice here is AZ has black, like more black and then a little bit of green, versus Vinny, who has a lot of green and a little bit of black. So they're basically the opposite of each other, implying that Vinny might be the villain here. He might be the bad guy. While AZ's the good guy, Vinny is the bad guy. He might be the one who might be trying to like ruin things and just destroy the world. And also some people saying he kind of looks like Lysander, or he could be Lysander. Maybe. I mean, he does have like his sort of like sideburn like beard and shit. Like he does kind of look a little bit like that, and he's a secretary. We can see a few more images of inside the hotel. We have some pictures again of just the Prism Tower. We got the trainers, of course, interacting with each other. So it's going to be inverted. If you play as guy, you meet girl. If you play as girl, you meet guy. But yeah, AZ's here. You can see his knee doesn't look to be doing too good. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's got like some prosthetics on it to, I guess, help him out. And we get to see, again, a bit of an interaction with Vinny out somewhere in the world of, of the Lumios, I mean, just in Lumio City in general. And I guess we're going to be interacting with all these people, most likely. Again, a few more images from the same areas we've seen before, and then we get to see the new wild areas. Yes, so to help Pokemon coexist, wild zones. Now, wild zones is basically going to be about 5 of them. We can count that there's 5, because if you guys remember the Pokemon Legends ZA, like the actual like map of the city, it showed 5 circles. Those 5 circles are probably going to be these. And you also may notice that if you look at it here, there's numbers. This one says number 2. We've also seen one with number 1 here. So this is going to be about probably 5 of these most likely where you go to, where it's like specifically been changed to be an ecosystem for Pokemon, right? Wild zones for Pokemon. They look at like throughout the entire place, and you can see how like the Pokemon interact with like the environment. You of course got like Sandiles just chilling, and now of course, by the way, confirming Sandile, confirming Scatterbug, Bunnelby, as well as Fletchling, which we kind of already knew that one. I don't think we missed anything. If we go back here, I don't think we missed any more Pokemon throughout here. I think we've mentioned everything that we've seen in terms of the new Pokemon, but let's listen to what these things are. So this is a place specifically meant for you to go and catch Pokemon. We see Magikarp in the water, so that's another confirmation on that, which we kind of already knew. Sandile's there too. Oh wait, no, actually, you know what? There might be more areas because there's an 8. So there might be more than one zone, or these individual zones might in total make up a total of like mini zones that make up a total of like, I don't know, if like you take like, so there's 8 of them. So maybe many mini zones that make up like one singular one. Either way, it says 8. So if there's 8, there's more than the initial 6, which is really weird because if we look up the Legends ZA map, if we look it up right here, this is what the map looks like, right? This is like what it normally looks like. You got like the 5 plazas, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what they could do is each individual plaza could feature more than a singular wild zone. Maybe something like that. Or there's going to be a shit ton of them no matter what. But either way, besides the point, let's move on. We see our character, or we just see the Pokemon chilling on the roof. We got, I guess, just pretty much confirms Mareep, as well as, like, I guess, Mega Altaria already exists, doesn't it? So yeah, we're going to be seeing that as well. And here's the biggest thing. You will notice with the UI, right? You can switch your Pokemon in on the bottom just using the little the little stick, like what do you call it? The little left and right, up, down buttons. And also, it's just like in Pokemon Legends Arceus, where you can just aim your Pokeball at the Pokemon and throw and catch. So you don't need to actually like go into a battle unless the Pokemon is too difficult to catch. And again, you have a little crosshair, which is great. The crosshair looks pretty clean. It's really weird to look at it because it doesn't look like what you would expect from Pokemon. But yes, you're just going to be able to catch them just like you did in Arceus, more or less, which is great because that pretty much confirms it. And we do have a mini map up here, which if we pay attention to, it shows us the actual number here, number 6. So they actually shows the different whatchamacallin, the wild zones, right? It shows one of the wild zones. This one's number 6, and right next to it, you may also notice there's a little flying icon. So probably there you can go to actually fly to different locations. So you can probably use those to fly to different wild zones, so you don't have to walk the entire distance. Also, in the bottom, we can see some more Pokemon. Again, you know, you got Chikorita, you got Spupa, you got Fletchling, Bunnelby. You also have a Swirlix pretty much confirmed. That's cool. But there you go. Again, sick. But if you don't manage to catch a Pokemon, you have to use a Pokemon in battle. And here is the biggest thing. Now, you may notice my camera is kind of blocking it, so I'm going to move here. I'm gonna move a little bit out of the way. Actually, I'm going to just untick myself. There you go. So you may notice right here that your move set, your actual moves, are going to be something you use literally like live in battle. So battles are not going to be just something like whatchamacallit. Like Pokemon will be something that you can catch after they fainted, according to chat. You're gonna be able to actually catch Pokemon after they fainted. So if you kill a Pokemon or make a Pokemon faint, that also means that the Pokemon will not just disappear like it would do in the past. You will actually still be able to catch it. But that's not all. When you're walking around, your Pokemon will move with your movement. So you almost control your Pokemon's movements. And when you use moves, it's not gonna be like a regular Pokemon battle where it's like turn by turn. Well, kind of yes, but also you need to time your moves now perfectly to make sure you take Pokemon down. And you see like a nice little indicator on the side here showing you specifically what moves like have been used by which Pokemon, which is great because no, you don't need to no longer like click like, you know, the little chat box that shows up showing you what you've been using, which is really great. And see, the Pokemon fainted, so you can instantly throw a Pokeball as soon as it faints, which means it's not going to instantly die anymore. You can actually catch Pokemon that are fainted, which is great. And again, this is the biggest thing. Like she says, this game offers a style of Pokemon battling that is not seen in previous titles. Now, what are they talking about here? Okay, well, you can actually move your Pokemon. When you move around, your Pokemon will interact with your movement. So right there, what you saw is the Tepig physically in the world attacked the Totodile, but you were able to, with your movement, move your Pokemon with you to be able to dodge the attack and then use a water gun. And also, by the way, what this confirms is, as you may notice, because we're battling our rival here, so this confirms that if you choose the stronger starter, they're going to choose the weaker one. So if you choose the Totodile, they're going to choose Tepig. If you choose Chikorita, they're going to choose Totodile. If you choose Tepig, they're going to choose Chikorita. So they're going to be choosing the weaker Pokemon, which is something that they've done before, which is fine and all. And again, you can see right here how the move sets that, like the moves you use and the way they work, you're actually going to be literally able to move around at the same time as you're attacking, which is great. Again, it also confirms a bunch of Pokemon and stuff here. I think we got like what? What is it, Spritzy or whatever? I forget the name of the name of it. As well as Lucario, we got Hippowdon as well, which is confirmed. So Spritzy, Hippowdon, Lucario, all of these confirmed. You can see a few of the movesets. Aura Sphere, Protect. Again, my freaking ugly body is blocking it. It's gonna move my face away. We got Protect, Dragon Pulse, and Bullet Punch are all there, as well as a bunch of Pokemon at the bottom left. Like you got, of course, Pyroar, which makes sense. Kangaskhan, Spritzy's Evolution, and of course, Roselia, Roserade is gonna be in there too. So that confirms a bunch of more Pokemon, which is great. And then let's continue throughout the rest of this, see what else we see. Of course, more moves confirmed. Roar, Amnesia, Stealth Rock, and Heavy Slam are going to be in here. Talonflame is using Flame Wheel, sorry, which there it is. And also what you may notice is we're on top of a building here. Like we're literally physically on top of a building. So we're actually going to be able to get on top of the city and not just walk on the ground. And I think this is the way the game is going to try to expand the amount of space you can play within, because if you think about it, Lumio City cannot be that massive to the point that you're going to be able to explore like an infinite amount of space. Like it's just a city at the end of the day. But as long as they expand it like this, and maybe they can do something underground, because remember, this game is coming out at the end of the year, which is like the biggest thing. It's coming out late 2025. We don't know if that's going to be November, October, December. We don't know, but it's coming out late this year, which means that we're going to have to wait a while before we see this game, and they have a lot of time to reveal more stuff and what else is going to be in this game. So there's that. But here we get to see, again, more battles. We also see more Pokemon confirmed. We've got Onix. We've got Ampharos in there. Of course, we already kind of knew that one. Goat, of course, going to be in there. Florges going to be in there. Talonflame, you guys know it. Vivillon is already there. And also, we see a statue of Pyroar in the background. Another location, there is a little poster right here. Seems to show a, I think a Furfro like a form of Furfro with a trainer. Again, it's going to be a lot of those like little mini things we might miss, but it is besides the point. Again, you get to lead your partner through battles and actually dodge the attacks that come in and then use attacks when you are ready, which is crazy because that means this is the first time Pokemon is trying active battles, right? Also, Megas. We haven't seen any new Megas be confirmed here, but we are looking at old Megas though. We are seeing Megas from the past, and you're going to be able to Mega like evolve pretty much. I guess all the old ones are going to be in here because we do have Absol is confirmed, you know, to return, so that's cool. We also have what else? Mega Ampharos, Mega Kangaskhan, and Mega Charizard. X and Y, I would assume, is also going to be in there. So those are there. But what else is there? Let's see. Let's go through and see what else they show. So here we see another battle. Altaria is there. We got Raichu confirmed, which makes sense already. Dragalge is also in there, and Glaceon is in there, so that confirms all those, which is great. We see also some of the moveset, and you get to see, if you look in the bottom right corner here, if you look right here in the corner, you can see the percentage of how long your Mega, like how many times you can use your Mega. You may notice that's like swirling, and it has like this bar which is running out. So yes, your Mega will not last a specific amount of moves, but rather it's gonna last a specific amount of times. Your Pokemon remains Mega Evolved as long as this thing is there. Also, we see something interesting here. It says Bulldoze and then almost like a G plus or C plus, like a weird little thing, which I guess might be implying that that's like a special move you might be using. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but it's interesting because Bulldoze is down there just being shown. And of course, we see Kangaskhan here, as well as, again, Florges, Talonflame, Umbreon, Crocodile, and also Goodra is pretty much confirmed. So yeah, the UI is a little bit messy, I would say, a little bit. We also get to see that there is going to be EXP share because every single Pokemon does get experience from this. Garbodor, and of course, you know, the other fellas. You may also notice in the back here that even Trubbish is being hit by that attack, it seems like. Like, if you look at the attack going through, so here we get Charizard and Pidgeot, whatever, are also here. We also get another confirmation, of course, Victory Bell, Weeping Bell, all them boys are going to be in there. Chandelure already confirmed from a previous screenshot, but we get to see, again, moves and how Charizard looks like in the overall. Just sick, and Pidgeot is up here, so that's cool. But here you may notice, when the attack goes out, it seems to almost like knock the other Pokemon as well. Like, it seems like we're going to be able to affect more than a singular Pokemon in battle. So yeah, because it damages super effectively both Trubbish and Garbodor. So that's going to be intriguing. And then we can see a few more Pokemon, you know, again, being shown. Dedenne, Swirlix, we got Gyarados. Inkay is going to be in there. So yes, we're going to be using, you know, doing the really weird evolution for Inkay. Some cutscenes, and there's the map of the city, right? There's the map of the city within Quasar. So we already seen this map. This is like the futuristic one. And again, it shows the 5 like big plazas, and of course in the center Prison Tower. We get to see what looks to be, I could be crazy here, but this looks to me like Looker's office. This looks to be the office of Looker. You get to see in the background how he's got like question marks. He's got like a whole like a detective board, and there's a bunch of stuff on the ground. He's got a picture of, I mean, maybe I'm crazy. I can't really tell exactly what that is, but he's got a little picture of a Pokemon there, as well as a coat that's hanging that looks oddly similar to his coat. So I would suspect that this could be Looker's office or somebody else who's going to be replacing Looker as a new, like, you know, agent for the Pokemon police specifically and doing some research. So it's going to be interesting. And also we're going to be checking the website out in a second to see what else they confirm on there. But the last thing they show here as well is a little confirmation for something very, very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Zygarde is of course back, and Zygarde cores is something we're going to be collecting. And also, by the way, we know for a fact the Mega Zygarde, specifically Mega Zygarde and Mega Zeraora, are going to be something real because a leaker that confirmed a bunch of stuff already told us that's going to be happening. So we know those two. We also see, I think, the roof of the hotel we're staying in. We get to see our trainer just chilling up here and vibing, drinking some spirit, I don't know. And then just to zoom in across the city. Again, it's going to be coming late 2025. So there's that. And as we watch the actual like logo come in, there is a little bit, you may notice, there's a little bit of like a red fucking, what do you call it? Like a red like stain that kind of passes by. Probably like hinting the blue and the red specifically for Yveltal and Xerneas. So there's that. And ladies and gentlemen, what is the last thing they show? Well, the last thing they do is this. It's a little weird like cinematic where Rotom comes up, it rotates, and then it says, this is a promotion match announcement. Okay, promotion match, implying battles, competitive battling of some sort. And then it's the Prison Tower, and it's some sort of battle league. So we're probably going to be doing like, and then there's some ominous music, and on the left side you got like pink, reddish pink, right side neon. which again could be a Vettel Xerneas, but again, this seems to imply either some sort of battle, like there's a glitch out in it. So either this is like going to be some sort of battle like thing in the game, because we don't know if gyms are in the game. We didn't see any indications of gyms. There was nothing of that shown in the trailer. So maybe this is a battle league. Maybe this is going to be the thing they replace gym leaders or whatever. Because keep in mind, in Arceus, we had to go around specifically like quelling all the rampaging Pokemon or whatever you want to call it. Like all those like boss battle Pokemon is what you had to do for the main plot. That was the equivalent of a gym battle, basically. In Sun and Moon, you had totems. So what this game is going to have, we don't really know. We don't know if it's going to be specifically battles, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's pretty much what we have in regards to that. Now, we do have some more stuff, which is going to be, of course, on the website. So we're going to have to go onto the official Pokemon website for Legends EA, which that website, I don't know if it's up yet. Let's see, Pokemon Legends ZA website. See if anybody actually has got that website up and running, which yes, there we go. Okay, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here is a bunch of stuff that we have yet to see. So here we go. This is going to be stuff that you have not seen in the trailer. There's going to be things that weren't shown in the trailer. There's going to be just stuff that's on the website, because oftentimes Pokemon does this where they have a bunch of hidden details that are only on the website. So let's go through those. First of all, you already know the starters. Next up, the story is set in Lumio City, where urban redevelopment plan is underway to shape the city into a place that belongs to both people and Pokemon. Compared to Lumio City as it appears in X and Y, the games, released in 2013, more greenery now adorns the city alongside facilities with cutting-edge feel. In Lumio City, spaces frequented by people such as shopping arcades, cafes, and restaurants coexist with more natural areas such as waterfronts and verdant parks. At the center of Lumio stands Prison Tower, the very symbol of the city. And you guys may see that we can open up this image, which shows us a beautiful rundown on a bunch of stuff. So first of all, it confirms a few Pokemon. So it confirms, of course, Houndoom right here. We get to see the Pokemon Center with some interesting characters. We also get to see right on the side here, I don't know if you guys can see this, there's an Emolga, so that's confirmed. There you go, just chilling. We got, of course, a bunch of, just a bunch of Pokemon on the left there. On the right side, we got Furfrou. We got, what else do we have? We got Furfrou. We got some battling with some Magikarps, as well as on the right side, we got, I guess, just some people just sitting and watching the Prism Tower. We can also look up here and see the shopping malls with, of course, a Corellia. And then we get the entire map. Now, if we go through this map little by little, right? If we go piece by piece and just go through and look at it. So we got a pretty large space to explore, right? And the city is divided into different colors. You got the blue color on the left here, right? You got a blue sort of looking map. Then on the right side, it's green. Then on the top right here, it's sort of yellow. Then this other, so these would be, I guess, the wards, like specific wards. And within these, you can already see what could be maybe potentially like plazas / wild zones, right? You can kind of see it in here. So for example, this right here could be a specific like wild zone. This right here, like anything that's more green could imply that. We also get to see some interesting battles like a Staryu and a Hawlucha. You get to see a Tyranitar with a Magikarp, which is kind of wild. The Magikarp just getting destroyed. But we do also have a red zone and a pink zone. So we got a red, pink, yellow, green, and blue. So 5 zones, as well as some big buildings. In the left here, we seem to see the Quasar building, but on the right side, there's another big building. What that could be, we don't know, unless I'm interconnecting these two and I'm switching them, but I think this is going to be the Quasar building. So what is this other big building over here is the question. You also have a big sort of large building on this side, which potentially could be some sort of educational place of sorts. You got some Pidgeys chilling on the top of the roof. Looking at the bottom area, though, there's no specific building that's sort of highlighted or sticks out. Neither is there in one in the blue area. There's like a little bit of one in the left corner over here. It's a little bit of a space that maybe could be implying something. Don't really know. In the red space, I don't really see anything standing out besides, like, of course, this tower, as well as some people with meow sticks over there. That's about it. Also, at the bottom, we do see some icons, which pretty much are just implying, because this is supposed to be a map that's supposed to sort of look like, hey, this is what you get to do for fun in Lumios. You can go and battle and catch Pokemon. You can go shopping, things like that. Now, moving down further, we have some screenshots. Now, we've seen a lot of this already in the trailer, but we're going to take a look a little bit closer. So first up, we got a screenshot of the, like, again, of this restaurant of sorts. It's a cafe. We got a screenshot of that. We got a Pidgey chilling right over here, and just people just relaxing and having a good time. We again get to see the shopping store. So this is where we're going to buy clothing to customize your character, most likely. We also get to see the tower again, as well as some Patrats and Badoos just chilling in one of the wild zones. We know it's a wild zone because there's a bunch of green, like the green thing kind of like surrounds it, like a green aura surrounds the entire place. So, moving on to the next thing. The story begins with a sightseeing trip to Lumio City. While visiting Lumio City during your travels, you'll come to stay in an old hotel named Hotel Z. Okay, this hotel will serve as your base as you and the new friends you'll meet in Lumios tackle all sorts of incidents that will occur in the city. And again, we can see a few more images here of stuff that you may have missed, that we may have not seen in the actual trailer. Here we go. So first thing is us arriving at the train station. Maybe there'll be a hint to the actual train station little reference they did in the past. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was like a little, there's a little reference, a little like Easter egg in X and Y in the train station behind one of the panels, which said like a weird message. But yeah, maybe there's going to be a reference to that. But this is the train station. Again, there's not really much we can see here besides maybe some of the locations. We can try to figure out what they say. As we're looking here, this is like literally just the city itself. You got some billboards. You got a giant, like Rotom tower of sorts here that's, I guess, sending out signal. You also got some like hints for potentially, you know, just items you're gonna be able to get, like PP up, etc., stuff like that. You got a little like Skiddo and just like a few Pokemon showing off, and that's about it. We also get to see this I guess would be the hotel, right? This would be Hotel Z, which is really natural. It's supposed to be, of course, with Z and, you know, like with AZ, because he's all about loving Pokemon at this point, with his like Floette and whatnot. So clearly he's going to have a very naturally looking building where he lets nature take over it almost, which looks beautiful, by the way. And I've actually seen a building like this in real life in Italy, of all places, which is really cool. We also get to the inside of what looks to be the hotel. We can see some of the location, like I guess just some of the places you can chill when you're inside of here. There's like again, the same picture behind AZ we saw in the trailer, and that's about that. Moving on to some of the other stuff, if we go further down, is the wild zones, right? So they show a few more pictures of the wild zones, say, as part of Lumios' urban redevelopment plan, driven by a large corporation called Quasartico Inc., the city has been outfitted with wild zones in an effort to help humans and Pokemon share the city. Now, these areas are constructed using cutting-edge technology to give Pokemon a place to live. Within the wild zones, you can battle Pokemon and catch them by throwing Pokeballs. As for the images, they show us stuff we kind of already know. So again, a lot of stuff like this. We get to see just a few Pokemon we saw in the trailer. Mareepa's in there too now. We get to see a Crocodile and whatnot, or Crocodile, you know, and Sandile and all that. Again, in these zones, these are the more kind of like sandy area. And then I think if we go back here, we can go down and make it further. So make your Pokemon your allies. Now you can catch, as they already said in the trailer, you can catch wild Pokemon living in the wild zones or out and about in Lumio City by aiming a Pokeball at them and letting it fly. If the Pokemon doesn't pop back out of the ball, you've successfully caught it. Some Pokemon will flee immediately if they spot you, so hide out of sight or approach from behind to make yourself hard to notice. You'll also battle Pokemon to lower their HP, making them easier to actually catch, which, yes, we already saw these in the trailer, these images, so that's nothing new. And then a Pokemon series first. Pokemon and trainers take action in real time during battles. So yes, it's real time action battles. It's not going to be, it is turn-based-ish, but still it's going to be real time battles, which is the craziest part of this, is that they actually did this. Which, so they say, in previous titles in the Pokemon video game series, Pokemon took action once per turn. In Legends EA, trainers and their Pokemon will move around in real time during battles, and Pokemon will unleash their moves when their trainers command them to. In addition to type matchups, there will be a new gameplay mechanic to consider, such as the precise timing for swapping out your Pokemon or using moves. The different lengths of time moves will take to launch. Of course, so I guess some moves will take longer than others, and that's how they balance it. So you cannot just like click a move, it'll instantly happen. It takes a while for it to actually shoot off. This unprecedented style of Pokemon battling is one of the most thrilling parts of this title. So they're really emphasizing this sort of like real-time combat. Then we have our characters. Your characters, after arriving in Lumios for some time, sightseeing, you'll make new friends and tackle all sorts of incidents. So yes, we get to see our actual characters and what they look like. They look clean, really good art. I love how they look. They're just awesome. And then you get to see them, a little close-up of them again, of just what they look like. So there's that. So you get to see a close-up of both the male and female character. There it is. Now, introducing the first partner Pokemon. After arriving in Lumios, certain events will lead you to befriending a Pokemon that will become your adventure partner, thus beginning your journey as a Pokemon trainer. Which Pokemon will set you off on your adventure with Chikorita, Tepig, or Totodile? All right, well, those are the options. Of course, you guys already know these. Don't really know if there's much else I can say. They just explain the leaf on its head has a variety of uses. Chikorita can use a leaf on its head to determine the temperature and humidity of its surroundings. It will also use the leaf to seek out warm places since it loves sunbathing. Tepig uses its excellent sense of smell to find food. It loves to roast and eat berries. So, of course, lightening the mood even when the mood is hostile. Chikorita has a gentle personality, and, of course, springing around while launching fireballs. Tepig is nimbler than it looks. And then, of course, there's Totodile, the rowdy Pokemon that bites everything. You guys already know these things. Then we have our rivals, Urbane and Tawny. So, first of all, you'll make a friend who lives and works at Hotel Z, supporting the owner however they can. They may come on strong at times, but they like to help people in Pokemon. They're quite skilled at Pokemon battles too. The appearance you choose at the beginning of the game will determine whether Urbane or Tawny will appear. So yes, depending on what you choose, you'll get different versions of them. So of course here, let's start with the basics. A Pokemon trainer is someone who battles with Pokemon. So I guess he's going to be teaching us that. And then of course the actual text boxes look really clean. They got a white and then like their names are all in black and there's like a little green in there for the ZA, of course. Seriously, oh, I'm so relieved. I could almost cry. So something's going to be happening and they're going to be very happy about that. Then there's AZ. AZ is a man who stands at 3 meters tall. He's the owner of Hotel Z and claims to be 3,000 years old. He quietly harbors a strong determination and will. And the artwork for him looks great. He says, I am AZ here, and the owner of the actual hotel is all he points out. I am AZ. There you go. Moving on, though, Eternal Flette. This is an unusual Flette, looks different from other members of her species and holds a black flower. She also said to have lived for 3,000 years. She always accompanies AZ, of course. Then there's Jet, who is the CEO of Quasartico Inc., a large corporation driving Lumios's urban redevelopment plan and the aim of shaping the city into one that belongs to both people and Pokemon. It seems she hopes to deepen the bonds between people and Pokemon. So yeah, again, it's interesting. She says that she's sorry to fail to probably express my appreciation sooner. So maybe we do something and she doesn't really treat us nicely. Then there's Vinny, is a large man who wears sunglasses. He works at Quasartico as Jet's secretary. He always seems busy and has a reputation for being a fast worker. I'm Vinny and I serve as secretary of the CEO is what he says. And the artwork for him, people are saying again that he could potentially be Lysander because of like the sideburns and everything. And he seems to have, well, you know, some interesting buns up there. Some interesting stuff in his buns. And of course, his colors are the inverted colors of you know, AZ. If you look at AZ, he's got like, you know, in his shirt is black, but then the outside is like kind of, you know, like he's got a little bit of green in there. So it's a lot of black and a little bit of green. Whereas he has the inverted, there's a lot of, in his shirt, there's a lot of like green, but then his tie is black. So it's interesting. Then legendary Pokemon. Yes. Zygarde was already confirmed in the trailer. We'll rewatch another part of the trailer, a different part that we didn't watch yet. But Zygarde is made up of multitudes of cell-like components and it changes form depending on how many of these components have gathered together. Its brain is made up of a few existing Zygarde cores, while the rest of its body is comprised of Zygarde cells, which are far more plentiful. It seems to have taken a special interest in you. What could its connection to the story be? 10% form, 50% form, and complete form. So again, the different forms, you're going to be collecting them because we already saw Zygarde cores. The power of Mega Evolution, of course. Megas are back. They can undergo Mega Evolution, a kind of evolution that transcends standard ones. We already know that. But yes, they're going to be here. They already show off Mega, you know, Gyarados is here. We get to see, again, some footage of it. And then, of course, a bunch of Mega Evolved Pokemon that are confirmed now. Mega Charizard X, Y, Kangaskhan, Ampharos, Gardevoir, Sableye, Mega Lucario, Absol, and, of course, Altaria. Releasing simultaneously worldwide in 2025. And that is pretty much all the website here has. I think the Japanese website may have a little bit more information. I could be wrong. It should have more information, but I don't really know. I think I've already gone on about pretty much every little detail that I could have found so far. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below when you watch this video. But I think we've gone through everything. Pokemon Japanese website, Legends ZA. See if we like missed something by any chance. Here's the actual website for Legends ZA on the Japanese website. So let's see if we missed anything. I think it's just very similar, but it just goes to individual pages. So yeah, same images we already seen before. Nothing new there. If you click at the bottom here, it's just showing the wild zone. So that's the same as before. And then if we go down here, we'll see the actual first time, like the battles and everything and how they work. So again, very much similar to what we've seen previously. We go down here, same thing, I think. It's just about Mega Evolution, same images, nothing that we haven't already known. From the previous stuff. Again, I'm going to go through this just quickly just to see if we've missed anything, any details that I want to include in this video, because I want to make sure I get you as many details clarified as possible. Of course, legendary Pokemon, we already know that. Zygarde, going down further, we get to see every single trainer, all their arts so far, the people we know about. And then if we go to the bottom, there's just a cool animation, and that's it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, from a video perspective, that's going to be it. Thank you all for watching. If you guys are watching the live stream, just wait. We're not done with the stream yet. But yeah, everybody watch this video. Thank you so much. Those are all the little details you may have missed in the ZA and, of course, Pokemon Champions trailer. Thank you all for that, and I'll see you in the next video, because we're going to do a video going through every single confirmed Pokemon as well in a separate video, just listing all of them. But yeah, that's that for now, guys.